Welcome at Autour du Pétrin. Today I'm going to show you how to make a galette des rois. For this we're going to use the puff pastry that we made the other day on the other video. So you have to go back to the other video to know how to make puff pastry. To start now we're going to make crème d'amande because the galette we're going to make is going to be filled with crème d'amande. So for this we're going to need 100 grams of very soft butter, 100 grams of sugar, 100 grams of almond powder, 2 eggs, which is about 100 grams. Normally 2 large eggs is 100 grams, and 20 grams of flour. So I'm going to use a hand mixer to do it because I think everyone has a hand mixer at home. If you have a KitchenAid, you can use a KitchenAid, but with hand mixer it works pretty good. So first, as your butter is really soft, we're going to start mixing the butter. It has to be very creamy. And we add the sugar. When sugar and butter are very well mixed, then we stop and add the almond powder. You see at this point it's going to be a little bit harder. Now it's mixed. You see, I use this small recipient here, okay? It's not very large. It's very handy to do a hand mixer because it's not too large. If you use a large one, then you're gonna have to go around and it's not so easy. Okay, now we're gonna add the eggs. So add 1 egg at first. You start slowly. When the first egg is well mixed, you add the second one. When your second egg is mixed, you add the 20 grams of flour. So when you start with the flour, don't start too fast because it's going to flow everywhere. Okay, so my almond cream is done now. Almond cream, you always add a little bit of vanilla inside, okay? So I'm gonna add a few drops of vanilla. Extract. So here we're done. If you want also, you can add a little bit of rhum in your almond cream. I don't add any because we have kids at home and we don't want to have kids having alcohol. But if it's for adults only, you can add a little bit of rum. Our almond cream is ready. We're gonna just put it on the side and get our galette sheeted. The almond cream, this is a cream which is really good, but it always has to be baked before you eat it. You cannot eat almond cream raw, okay? It has to be baked first. Here's our puff pastry dough coming out of the refrigerator. So this one was made like half an hour ago, but it has to be at least 15-minute rest or more until up like 24 hours or so, okay? So you can do it the day before if you want. So here we finish our puff pastry. Remember on the video we had before, it said 4 fold. So we're gonna give another fold. So just give it a little bit like this. Remember, if it was a book, you could open it this way. And we're gonna give a 5th fold. About this long. Fold it in 3 parts. So out of this dough and almond cream, I'm gonna make 2 galettes of about 6%. So what I do, I'm gonna cut this dough in 4 pieces. Okay. I'm gonna make 2 galettes about this wide, which is about 10 inches diameters. So I do start with the first one. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start it this way. See, I don't try to make it the right surface right now. So I just do it and then take another one. It's still too small, but it's gonna give it a rest. I'm gonna do the 4 like this. When you make a galette, what you want to do is to have a dough which is going to about 3 or 4 millimeters thick. Don't put too much flour. Don't put enough, but not too much. See? I did my 4 pieces of dough. I turn it because the first one is here. And then I take back the first one. And as the rest few seconds, it's going to be much easier to sheet. Perfect. Okay. Don't try to make it much bigger. I'm just gonna get the second one ready. There we are. Now, just check. Didn't shrink too much. That's perfect. I just take just cut around. Like this. First one. Second one. This scrap dough like this, don't throw it away. I mean, you put it on side, but after you put it together and you can use it to make a tart crust or something like that. Here you take a tray with a parchment paper on it, and then you're going to put your 2 bottom of galette. Here we are. Then you take some egg wash, which is just 1 egg, which is beaten like this with a brush, and you're gonna go around, just around like this, about 1.5 inch all around. Just like this. Then you take your almond cream. See, the almond cream is to be about 1/2 inch thick. No more, because if you put more, that it might end up to go through the sides of the galette, and you find it on the tray at the end of baking, you know, so there's no need to put more. Okay, here our galette. Don't forget to put, I don't know how you call it in English, in French it's the fève. So this is the one who will find it will be the king or the queen. So you put it like this on the side, like this, you know. Why do we put it on the side? If you put it on the middle, each time you're gonna cut the galette, you're pretty sure you're gonna cut on the fève. If you put it on the side, you have less chance to find it. Okay, now as this is ready, we're gonna make the 2 tops. Okay, here are the tops now. Both are going to be easier because they already rest for more than a few minutes, I will say. Okay, double check, that's big enough. Okay, first one. So same as before, we're going to cut around. The second one. Take back your galette. Take this one, turn it like this, and you put it right on top of the other one. And then with your 2 fingers, you go all around. Make sure they stick together. That doesn't mean you have to push very hard. Huh? You just feel it. As long as it sticks, it's fine. Then the second one. Here we are. If you want to have your galette to look much nicer, then you go around. You take a small knife like this with the back of your knife. You don't cut. You just go like this about every 1/2 inches. You see, you go like this. You cut, just turn it always like this. It's easy to work. Okay, first one is done. Second one. Here we are. So now the only thing we have to do for now is to egg wash once. Here we are. So now we're gonna let it for 45 minutes rest in the refrigerator if possible. And then we go for the second wash, the little design on it, and in the oven. So get your oven ready at 420, about 420, 425, in 45 minutes. See you later. Here are galettes. They stay for 45 minutes in the refrigerator. So now I'm going to give a second coat of egg wash on top of them. Voila. Here now I'm going to do a little design on the galette. I'm going to use the back of my knife for that. So I'm not going to talk during I'm doing that, so we can concentrate on what I'm doing. Here we are. What's very important too, before we put the galette in the oven, it's to make some holes in it. So you take your knife and you do like for galette like this. I'm going to do it like 5 times. It's very important to do that, because if you don't do that, the galette is kind of be like a balloon a little bit, and we want it to stay a little bit flat. So here we are. Now we're going to go in the oven for, I tell you exactly how much time we're going to let it in the oven, but the oven is at 420 with convection. Here we are. Our galettes are baked now. Finally, they bake for 30 minutes at 420 degrees Fahrenheit with convection. You could, if you want to, make them a little bit more shinier just by adding a little bit syrup on top of it. I don't think it's necessary. They are looking really good like this. You just have to enjoy them. So remember to do those, you have to go see first the video at Autour du Pétrin, who explain how to make the puff pastry dough, and then this video especially for galette. And with this dough, then lately we'll make also palmier very soon. So now enjoy the Epiphany, and God save the Queen.